Welcome to the Wrestling Bar with your host, The Funk, and your co-host, P. Coda. How you doing, Phil?
I'm all right. Doing good, man. What else do you want to talk about, man?
I want to talk about one more match for Goldberg.
One more match.
One
Okay.
more match
All right.
for Goldberg. I mean, I know Goldberg. Okay, so this is what happened, right? Goldberg has his retirement match at
Right.
Saturday Night Main Event.
An amazing match.
Amazing match, over expectations, beyond
Over.
expectations,
Over the minutes,
with
too.
yeah, over the minutes with Gunther
Yes.
for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yes.
But after the when he was doing his final speech, he got cut off by NBC
He did.
and Peacock.
Okay.
And then in an interview with Ariel Helwani, he complained about it.
Okay.
He said that he was pissed off, that he didn't like how it ended, that the WWE basically dropped the ball with his retirement.
And I'll say this. Don't get me wrong. I hear him on that. My brother, you were inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. You had a Hall of Fame speech.
He did.
You had some time to gather all that. You may not have had your last match, but let's be real. These last 10 years, you've been given a multitude of championships, not even opportunities.
He was a champion.
Championships.
He won the
Championships.
title.
You won a title 3 times in the last decade. In matches that were less than 10 minutes.
Yes.
I get
But you
what
know
he's
why.
feeling in
But
that
you know
moment.
why. But why did he won those titles? Why did he?
Why?
Because he draws. He draws. Vince was not gonna give him the world title unless he was gonna get the money out of it.
He draws. He draws. But but just again, we talk about watering down the product and why the product is going down the drain and why you don't have storylines for your people and you don't have a real roster outside of these main people, right? You don't have a ton of baby faces. You're not doing a lot of things on this particular product with WWE. And then you throw Goldberg into a Kevin Owens type situation where he's the title holder, and then you bury him. I get it. It does sell.
It sells.
The product sells.
And that's not his fault. It's creative, right? If creative didn't make KO look better or the Fiend look better, that's creative. He doesn't make those decisions.
It doesn't help your product long term. Short term, yes, you're going to get a few people that are non-wrestling fans to watch a Saudi show, right? When you could have done this at WrestleMania.
But Saudi pays better.
Saudi pays better for the performers and for WWE.
Money.
It does not get the draw of a WrestleMania.
No, not even
or
close.
a SummerSlam or a Survivor Series.
Not even close.
Correct. So I get and that's another reason why I don't like the Saudi shows. Or just like the every 2-week PLEs or events.
Yeah.
I feel like they're just rushing the storylines. They're not taking the time to develop characters, and the product becomes very predictable. Okay, great. Goldberg won. Goldberg's not going to be champion for another 90 days. He's not Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, when he did that junk, he was gone for like 6 months. He would just show up, he would show right. He would show up, but he would push people over. In the meantime, whether they were good or bad.
Did he put Kofi Kingston over?
Yes, he did.
No,
yes,
he didn't.
Yes,
no,
he
didn't. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
He did not.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Come on.
Yes, he did. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because Kofi should not have been champion from the start. Let's be real.
You don't believe in Kofi Mania?
No.
Oh gosh.
The only reason why he won that title, and I get it, I respect the way he won it, it was because he beat Daniel Bryan for it in a wrestling match. That's great. But we all know and we knew, and you and I both knew, when an A-plus superstar walks in the door, it didn't matter if it was him, if it was Cena, if it was Sheamus, if it was Randy Orton, if it was Drew McIntyre, this new Drew McIntyre, even if it was Karrion Kross, I would have said it. Karrion Kross, your boy, your buddy. I'm gonna get right in your face. Your friend. If it was even Karrion Kross, and you knew it was him versus Kofi Kingston, you betting Karrion Kross all day.
Oh yeah.
And it might be a squash match. Fall and pray. Because Kofi, you're a great performer. You're a great mid-card performer. You are not the mic skill guy. We know that. They got you doing flips and tricks at Royal Rumbles, which you're messing up on nowadays. But you've been doing it for a long time, so I'm kind of going to go easy on you. But you do not deserve to be world champion for no year and a half, okay? You don't have that type of wrestling ability. You're not Daniel Bryan.
No, I agree, but
you're not Rey Mysterio.
Still, they didn't have to beat him that brutally.
I'm cool with it. Even Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair lost in a squash match against Becky Lynch at SummerSlam, right? Ding, went out.
Yeah.
It's okay sometimes. Okay, Sheamus won the World Heavyweight Championship and beat Daniel Bryan in 13 seconds. I'm cool with it sometimes. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with this.
Well, I think, you made some good points about Goldberg, all the opportunities he had over the years.
Opportunities.
But, with a WWE production quality, right? How did they miss this so badly? Not the match. The match was pretty good. No one is complaining about the match. But cutting him off on NBC and how they didn't plan for this better.
I agree with that.
To me. Plus the build was not ideal either, right?
It wasn't.
They had like a scuff like 6 months before, and then he didn't show like for 6 months, and he shows up 3 weeks prior to the match, and
that's because you're 58 years old trying to act like you're a world heavyweight champion material.
No, but you can do better than that. You can have pre-tape interviews. You can, you can do better.
This is the price you pay when you give Cody Rhodes the king of the ring.
I think, hear me out. And I know Goldberg said what he said, but if Triple H finds in his heart, and they did run by Sting too, in his final match in WWE, right? They had Triple H beat him at Mania when that wasn't the last one, but that was a bad call too, right? Why have Triple H beat Sting, in my opinion? And then they had the Seth Rollins Sting match, right? Which he also lost.
Which he injured Sting.
Yeah, he injured Sting on, right? Unnecessarily. And they did horrible. And then AEW did it right.
They did.
They did right by Sting.
They did it. They did it right. With Sting, you didn't have him in singles competition. At your age, you over here, you don't need to be going after no world heavyweight champion off rip. What's wrong with you?
No.
That was bad.
Yeah.
Bad booking.
Yeah.
So Sting went out the way he was supposed to. He gave a major rub to Darby Allin.
Yes, he did. And it was a great show.
Correct.
And the match was amazing with the versions of Sting coming out.
Right.
They in his in Sting country. They did great. AEW for all their faults.
Correct.
They show that they can manage a retirement of a big legend like that the right way.
They did, and they did a good job. I'm not mad about it. They did a great job. They don't have a Hall of Fame over there, but they did a wonderful job with Sting on his retirement tour. And they did not, did not book him in a whole bunch of A+ matches.
Yes.
Okay, with A+ superstars in singles competition.
He did go through a couple tables.
That's what Sting wanted to do, though.
Yeah,
that's what he's going to do. It's fine.
Yeah.
But nobody tried to kill him.
Yeah, that's right. But two things. Goldberg. Should Goldberg go to AEW and have his proper retirement there?
No. No. No.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
I'm sick and tired of anybody going. First of all, okay. I don't want any new signings over to AEW. Period. Period. I don't care. Second of all, yes, they're going to handle his retirement tour great, and it's going to look great. You've had how many championships in the last? What? Okay, so you're going to go over there and do what? Have retirement matches?
Yeah.
AARP matches?
Maybe one match, maybe two matches, and have a retirement, a proper retirement.
No.
I would be okay with that.
The people in AEW, okay, first of all, he's not going to be willing to go tag team. Let me be honest with you.
That's true.
Second of all, the people in there, outside of the main eventers, I'm going to say this, outside of the main event talent with AEW, the mid-card talent within AEW, let's call it like we call it, like we need to.
Mm-hmm.
They are not WWE level competitors. The majority of them you would not pick. I do not want him to get in the ring with any of them. I'll be honest.
He can get in the ring with Moxley.
Absolutely. For what? For Moxley to not sell and go over anyway? No. I get what you're saying. They're gonna do that right. No, they're gonna fuck that one up.
Yeah.
They're gonna mess it up.
Yeah.
They're gonna have Moxley go over on Goldberg, and then you're gonna be coming back at me on the Wrestling Bar podcast crying because John Moxley beat Goldberg.
How about just give him a retirement speech then in AEW? An opportunity, be
what?
like a veteran, because he didn't get to say his final words on major television.
Dude, we can set up. Okay, there are so many other shows in WWE where we can broadcast and showcase his wonderful career. We could even have a special with it. We could have superstars that come in and do interviews, the whole 9 yards. We can make this a real thing. It could be a real thing. It could be a part of a paper, a PLE, like whatever. Does he need a match to go out and a speech? No. You just fought the world heavyweight champion in the longest match that you've had in the past 10 years. And the man put you over. He did a good job.
Yeah, Gunther did an amazing job, and you can know how he sold for Goldberg and how he, went up the rope so he could slam him and all of that. He did an amazing job. Gunther, he carried that match. He did great. Now, Goldberg, a veteran in the business, one of the biggest draws ever. We were talking about Hogan, right?
Right.
Hogan, Goldberg, Atlanta.
Right.
One of the 40,000 people.
Right.
One of the biggest draws. One of the biggest draws in the history of the wrestling. If he wants to do a final speech, let the guy do a final speech.
Most wrestlers don't even do. I was thinking about this. Most wrestlers don't even get speeches.
Yeah, but Goldberg is not most wrestlers.
No. Triple H didn't even do a speech. He left. He got out of his physical situation. Yeah. And one SmackDown, he opened the show and he left his boots there. That's what you do in tradition. If you think about how they've done that.
I understand, but if you can do it and he wants it, why not? What do you lose? You don't lose anything. You don't lose anything.
A Hall of Famer, and you've beaten World Heavyweight Championships out of nowhere for the past 10 years. I have put you over when I shouldn't have, because you've ruined storylines for 10 years. Go back and look at the matches.
I disagree. He's ruined storylines. I mean,
you don't need a retirement speech. Yeah, but you don't need a retirement speech. Nobody does that.
But you don't decide that. Goldberg does because he wanted that.
Actually, NBC and Peacock decided it.
Well, yeah, they kind of did, right?
Okay, they not playing with you.
But they agreed to it, and then they cut him off for whatever reason. They cut him off. Okay, this is my idea, and we don't have a long time, right? I'm gonna wrap it up with this, right?
I'm sorry.
Braun Breaker, he should come on Raw and say, "Hey, I heard what you said, Goldberg. about your retirement. You didn't like it. You were crying and blah, blah, blah. And, just mess with him, right? If you didn't like your retirement, how about you come one more time so I can slap your old ass around, right? And bring your bitch ass kid too. So, something like that, right? Put out a challenge. Do it in a PLE.
Do it in Saudi.
Do it on Saudi. I don't care. I don't care.
Saudi.
And put Braun Breaker over, obviously. That can be a squash match. I don't care. But let the man end his career as he wants to. Just let him do that. You have the platform. It's going to draw money, AF, right? It's going to draw money anyway. So why not allow it? Just let it happen. And keep him happy for, future interviews. Goldberg, after his retirement, I think he's a valuable TV person. He had this bike shop show that he's been in TV. Right. He can do stuff in the Peacock or the network or, podcast. Or, keep him happy. He's Goldberg.
Yeah. I just don't think they respect WCW talent very much. I mean, that's basically what I feel.
Yeah.
Maybe I could be wrong.
And that sucks.